change the laws, and
on a
I'm
hot
going,
streak.
Yeah, I'm going for a third term.
It's time
here.
for some executive action right here. Screw the Congress. It's going right at him. And I don't know. It's actually an interesting sort of meta question about tournaments. And sometimes you get that where you manage to be in a position in the bracket where you sort of are at the end of the bracket, and you are in a position where your opponents just sort of roll one into another, and you keep winning, and you keep playing. I personally love that. I don't know a lot of people that don't. I mean, some people don't love it, and it depends on the nature of the win.
It definitely depends on the player, because in this situation, I think Mr. President is in a position where he has the momentum,
He's got a
and
flow.
he may not have expected to have this momentum. Therefore, you might as well just keep on doubling it up. Double down, let it ride.
Yeah.
Until you either make it all the way or get pieced out.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's other, you know, in other situations, it may be advantageous to, like, let's say street11, be like, hey, why don't we do winners finals and then let this dude,
It's true,
you know,
it's true.
like in someone in street11's position, I might be like, hey, give this guy a break. Tell this dude to go smoke a cigarette, and let's run winners finals, because I don't want to play this guy while he's hot.
And
well,
Mr. President's like, oh, I don't even smoke.
Oh, yes, you do.
Outside, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those sort of like edge cases in tournaments that aren't totally clear, but frankly can break either way.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not necessarily the case that you always want to have that momentum. So certainly no unfairness. It's just one of those little side effects. And I like this. Good pressure here. So for all the characters that Streets had to play that can really contest this distance properly, Dudley actually wants, in my view, to be in even a little closer than that crouching strong range. Yeah, that crouching strong range is something that Gen can actually control. Dudley wants to find his way in there, and the ducking is not the tool to do it.
No, but, you know, Dudley has a lot of, he's got that crouching medium punch as well as standing hard kick.
He's got tools, but yeah, he wants to really be up close, and you have to really worry about Gen's pokes. I think Gen in that sort of that ground-based battle, I feel more comfortable mentally as Gen versus Dudley in this situation. And you know, even jumping in, it's pretty solid, and Gen's anti-air is not the best and not scary, but it's very easy to jump over him because his position changes and his jump arc is not the greatest. So I don't particularly love this fight for Dudley. And it takes really making the absolute most of your opportunities, which has not been Mr. President's greatest strength here so far. Yeah, wow. As a rough-looking combo. And Street is playing with a lot of confidence. I think he knows this match, and I think tentatively he agrees with my feeling that he could be confident in that range. Like he is not playing with a lot of fear. He's just going in.
Mr. President died with full super and ultra. It's not the way you want to go down.
No, not after coming this far.
Yeah, see, this may have been a situation in which he ran out of juice. You know, like you only have, it's like your super bar. You have your real life super bar, except it doesn't refill.
That's a 1000% true thing in tournaments. You just get tired out playing, or sometimes, we'll get into it. There's a cool match. Street is dismantling him here. He might be out of gas. Okay, burns the meter on the follow up. Just wants position and a little extra damage. Let's make it happen. Oh wow, yeah, dashing in again. He can just keep occupying that space. That crouching strong. Throw it out there. Throw it out there. If I connect, I'm getting something good.
Yeah, from that range, that's the range that Gen gets the most benefit from, and Dudley really doesn't get anything.
He's the weakest. He has to stand back and try and fish with standing forward and whatnot, which is not very effective, and especially not against the pokes that Gen's going to be throwing out there. Gen just going for the cross up, finds it. Yeah, and you can trade like that. You will lose the damage trades, but you find enough of them in those situations where you can come out ahead in the follow-on combo. Okay, what can he do here? Not the strongest.
Not a very scary mix-up. But Mr. President still has a pretty good life lead, but maybe close to stun. Ooh.
And Street's been off a little bit on some of his jump-in mix-ups, I've noticed, from empty jumps. Okay, but I think...
Is that it?
I don't know if that's going to do it. It seemed like there's a lot of scaling to start with the jab, but we'll see. He does have full ultra. Yeah. He had as little life as possible, so max ultra closes it out. Street.
Mr. President loses the election.
And Street is
11
going to be moving on. And I believe he will now face the winner of
He's gonna
PR Balrog.
Yeah,
and
the
Air.
loser of Air and PR Balrog. Okay, so Air has been playing out of his mind with Poison.
It's been a while since we've seen him play in the top 8, but I was really impressed, not just with the overall play, but the way he ended that. Like, yeah.
It was very convincing.
Yeah.
I don't know how much experience PR Balrog has against Poison, and that match just seems very difficult, very hard to deal with. You know, Balrog wants to close the gap, Poison wants to extend the gap.
Yeah, I think.
But we'll see if Air tries to rush him down, or
It's not an ideal fight for Balrog. Like, Poison's able to have a lot of stuff out there that's exactly where Balrog wants to be, but once you can get a little bit of offensive momentum going against Poison, you don't really have to be afraid of the uppercut is like weak sauce comparatively. So
she doesn't have like big explosive damaging combos like Evil Ryu. It's more like her damage is stacked over time.
Yeah, she's a control character, right? Yeah. She gets paid in smaller ways, but just makes your life very, very difficult. And Balrog, you know, I mean, between the EX moves, I think he has opportunities to get in. His damage is more explosive. PR Balrog in particular, I think, is one of his strengths to me as a Balrog player. He has a way of